Hello everyone and welcome back to another Jayrocks video. So here we go. Today we've got the review on the EGO LM1903E-SP. Okay, so this is a self-propelled model of the battery mower. Battery just goes into the casing like so, and it is really easy to use. Now, as a little sort of overview here, I've been given about 3 to 4 months worth of using this within my business. So I've been using that at home as well. So if this review is for you as a homeowner, then it's going to be absolutely fine. And if you're looking to see whether this could be used in your business, then I've also experienced that as well. Right, so this has been used, like I say, 3-4 months, and this has been my primary mower. So this has been in and out the van every single day, getting used. So as you'll see by the little clip shots that I've put up, okay, this is a little bit battered, it's a bit scraped, but I have literally put it through everything. And, you know, I was going to clean it up, but why? You know, the review here is to be honest as I physically can and show you how much of a beating this machine can take and how good it is. Okay, so this is a 47cm model. Like I said, right, roughly 18.5 inches of cutting size. It is a fantastic model to have. I've seen that to do the 42cm version as well, but this has been perfect. The weight of this machine comes in at 25 kilograms without battery. Now bear in mind this has got a 12 amp battery in. Well, I'm not too sure the weight of that, but it is still easily liftable with one hand. Okay, so if you're sort of moving around with this, you know, going wherever, getting up and down stairs, then you can still make this work, and it is going to be a lot easier for you. That's one massive thing that I've noticed using this machine, is that getting it in and out the van every day, I haven't had to use my ramps. I can literally fold it up, stick it in there, next client's house, bring it straight back out, and it just doesn't feel like a big heavy weight that you're sort of pulling in and out every day. So if you're starting to feel the pain of lumping mowers in and out all the time, or if you're just looking to be able to store it away, then this mower could definitely be for you. Now, speaking about storing this machine away, it is very simple. You've got these 2 little clips on this far side here, and lift it out like so. That allows this telescopic handle to slip in and out just like so, nice and easy. So if you're storing it away, you want to clip them off, lock it in, and then you've also got this little release handle what has 3 different height adjustments. So you've got 1, 2 and 3. Okay, by holding that in, keeping it suppressed, that will fold fully forward for storing away. From that point there, take the bag out, stick it on top like so, and there you go. You've got a nice compact mower that can still fit in the van, fit in the shed, put it on a shelf. Because it isn't fuel, you've also obviously got the option to not just store it away this way, but you can store it away facing upwards, nice and vertical like so, which also allows you to get under the deck for very easy cleaning. And then onto this underside here, you have got the height adjustment that adjusts from 20mm all the way up to 80mm. And this is super nice and easy. It is literally a pull out and release, and then you literally just move it back and forward to wherever you want that height adjustment to go into place. Because the machine's so light, it just bounces from you know, one setting to the other. What's fantastic. My one gripe with things like this is that they don't put numbers on. You know, it must cost pennies to be able to write 20mm there and 80mm at the top, and be able to just, you know, put in each slot what the difference would be. But anyway, I've worked it out for you. It's roughly 8.5mm between each one of these slots. So 20, 28, 37 roughly, you know, and it'll go up as so, all the way up to sort of 80mm. 80mm is a fantastic height because it's nice and high. I've been able to take very long grass down with this machine, and it has just been absolutely very versatile bit of equipment that I've had over the last sort of 3-4 months to be able to use. I've also heard a lot of people say that the 20mm setting isn't exactly low enough. What I'm just going to show you in a second on this lawn, that for me it's been absolutely fine. So what I am going to be showing you today is a 20mm cut on this back garden here, using this mower without the striping kit, okay, which comes separately to the purchase. What is this bit of equipment here? As you can see, it's well used. It's a little bit rusted on each side. It has been getting left outside, but it still works absolutely fine. Then on the front garden, I'm going to be using the striping kit to show you what kind of finish that can actually give and how it may be looking. That's one of the strongest points for me on this, is that you have the ability to 1 minute, you know, go rough, and if it's very high grass, to be able to use that and be able to really up that height of cut to be able to get through it. Then you could leave that lawn, go to your next one and stripe it up lovely, you know, just through changing this. And the striping kit is super easy to put on. Now with this thing, it works by putting these little U brackets, if I can try and get that in shot there for you, as you'll see, over the supporting bar. This is just located here in between the two wheels at the back. It simply slips over the bars and it will fix in place. Now you can bolt these on, but there is no need to. Your main two ways of putting the striping kit on is just turning the mower over like so. And as I said, you just literally slip that on over the bar like so, pull it back, and there you go, nice and easy. My preferred way, just because I don't want to be flipping it around every time, I literally just grab these supporting handles, stick one foot in front of that front wheel there, lift it up, pop it on with one hand, and lower the mower back down like so. And there you go again, the roller just sticks to the back of the mower. Right, so this is what we're going to be cutting first. It is the longer sections of this grass, so it's maybe somewhere around 3 inches in places, down to a bit shorter over this side. And we're going to cut that at 20mm and just see what kind of finish it leaves. Right, so to start and control the mower, the first thing that we need to do is we need to suppress your on button here. So inwards, and then you pull the bar towards you, which will activate the start up on the blade. From that point here, you have these buttons either side, which will activate the self-propelment. And you can press either one or both of them and it will go the exact same speed. So they're beautifully located right where your thumbs are going to be, so you can just activate that whenever you may need to. From there as well, you've also got the speed indicator. Towards you is slower, away from you is faster, and that's just such little increments that you can just slot through to try and find the exact speed that you want. Right, so as you've seen there and probably heard, it's nice and quiet. The lawn has got loads of stones in it, it's got bits of bark in it, right? We've got a dog, and so, you know, we've got these little problems. Same with the little divot here that the dog has very kindly dug out for us. You know, it's got its own whole range of little problems, but even with it, it gives a nice tidy finish. So moving on from this lawn, we'll go into the front one, get the stripe kit on and see how well it stripes the lawn. So that's how our roller kit slips on and how it looks from the back. Try and get it lined up as possible. As you'll see, the one negative that I've got from this stripe kit is that it does leave a little wheel line. Okay, so you can see where the position of one wheel normally is, you know, after your stripes, but you'll see in a minute what I mean. The little tip with it, that's how much is just collected just from the back garden. So a fair bit right there. Is always take the bag off before you put that striping kit on. The amount of times that I've actually got that, just forgot about it. I've tipped it up the way that you see me do it, and it puts grass obviously back through the chute, through the bottom of the deck, and you end up with loads of grass cuttings back on the grass. So make sure you take off the bag before you end up putting the stripe kit on if you are doing different cuts for different lawns. The only other feature here worth mentioning is that when you pop this cap up, the battery just slips in nice and easy like so into that slot. But you get this key, and this comes with every single model. And without that key being in, nothing will operate. Okay, and then that is the bag there, finished, both gardens cut. As you can see, it's bagged up really well, really nice clippings, but obviously it's down to the lawn, but there's no spillage. And this is the sort of end result, or the result you'll get from cutting your lawns with this striping kit. What I think as something portable that you can pull on and off is absolutely fantastic. Nice clean cut. Same everywhere. Over on this side, see if it looks any different. I can't really see the stripes from there, they're bright. But it is overall very, I'm very pleased with it. For something that you need to go on and cause a stripe. But as you can see, a little bit closer up, in these indents, you can see the wheel line ever so slightly, just sort of sticking out there. And that bugs me a little bit because you don't get them on the stand. You can see better from there. You don't get them on your dedicated roller mowers. Something like the wee bangs that I've used and things like that, it leaves a sharp stripe either side. Something like this, it does leave that wheel arch, but it is still a stripe nonetheless. And it's a very good one at that. So you've now seen the lawn cut on the back garden at 20mm, what was its slowest setting physically possible. On the front garden here, it was done in the second setting, what was around about 28.5. It would just be so much better if they stuck them sizing guides of the cutting heights on the side of the machine. But it's obviously bone dry today, so we're going to run to some clippings here where I managed to cut the lawn in a soaking day where it had been raining all morning, and we're just going to go to that now. Right then, hello everyone. So this is the wet test, sort of see what the collection's like in the wet on the Ego. So here we are, absolutely soaked through. This has been getting used all day. I've done about 4 lawns with this so far, and we are on, I don't know if you can see that, we've only lost 2 bars out the 12-amp battery. So it's very hard to get a lawn with a lot of growth on at the moment, but this is about as much as we've got. This part here is maybe 4 or 5 inches high. This will be getting brung down to a setting 3 on the Ego, what is somewhere in the high 30mm range. But where it's low everywhere else, we do have the wet leaves that have been on the lawn for God knows how long. It's been 2 weeks since I've been back at this property, and we're going to see how well it sucks all of these up. As you can see, plenty on the ground. So that's it. We're going to put it to the test here, see what the collection's like. So far with the Ego, being in all conditions, I've had it in really heavy rain, but getting it on camera has been the hard part. But it has not given me any issues at all in regards to the battery failing or water getting in anywhere and damaging it. So far it's living up through all conditions, what is only a good thing. But let's see how it collects today. Okay, and that's it done there. So at the start where you're seeing this sort of 4-inch high grass, that's all cut nice and cleanly down there. Same across the board, and then through where we've cut with all the leaves, it has got the majority up. I think any mower, I don't think one's going to get every single pieces. A lot of apples on the floor as well. It's actually pulled up some of them as well, but again, not all of them. But as for a before and after, I think it's done pretty well in the wet. Like I say, I've never really had a problem with it. Some of them I have cut, that's the whole thing's been 4 or 5 inches above. But if you just look at the bag here, you'll see what it looks like. So under the mower, first, see how well you can see that. It has got quite a bit stuck underneath the deck. This was cleaned out just before I shot the video, so it does collect quite a bit under there. So general sort of skills and drills when it comes to using mowers in the wet anyway, you want to make sure that it's cleaned out sort of regularly, probably after every other garden, depending on the size and condition. But you can see by the bag there, it is backed a hell of a lot, and that's obviously all of that was on video through time lapse and normal. It's got on it all there. So a lot of leaves collected, a lot of grass collected, and tidy enough finish. Right, so that is the end of the review there. Hopefully you've been able to see from that footage, I have cut on a lot wetter days, and don't get me wrong, I've been cutting it where it's been maybe 12 inches long and it's been soaking through, and I've had to do a double cut. So you know, in the absolute worst of weather, you may have to do a double cut. Blockages have been very minor. I have had the odd blockage with it, I'm not going to lie, from doing like really bad overgrown gardens. But on the basis of a normal garden that you're going to visit every 2 weeks, I've had no issue whatsoever. With the ability to slow it right down, it has got such a good suction to it that it does absolutely fantastic. Other than leaving the lines, what I think is a bit of a negative, and not putting the height adjustment on the side, that's my other negative. This is an all-round really good mower. For a 5 amp battery, it says you're going to get about 800 meters squared, so it's a pretty good cutting distance for the 5 amp battery that comes with the kit on the mower. But I personally use a 12 amp battery, and that gets me through something, you know, a whole lot longer. I get somewhere around 1400 meters squared if I was to put a sort of measurement on it, but it gets me through basically a full day of cutting normal standard gardens. So that with the 5 amp with it, I've never run out, I've never been short with that machine. Its cutting ability, I do think it cuts really well. I think it sucks things up, hopefully by seeing that on that video there with the leaves, that it does that really well as well. But if you're after something that you're going to constantly put through rough areas, this can do it. But it's not something I would push towards that end all the time, just simply because it's made for the domestic market, but it can be used so much more. If you're looking to use this at home, then I think it's an absolute fantastic mower. You don't need to worry about oil changes or emptying the fuel through winter, all them other things that is a bit of a pain, okay, replacing spark plugs or whatever it might be. This is just literally keep the battery charged, put it in, click a button, off you go. Very minimal maintenance, and I think that's what's going to attract a lot of people. Other than that, the battery runtime, like I say, I think is a positive. I think it's got such a good battery runtime. Like I say, between the two batteries, I'm absolutely fine. And as for the stripe finish, I think it's a very good finish, but it's not your typical standard traditional fully stripe. Like I say, you can see the markings from where the wheels are. I would almost like to see a roller that's maybe slightly bigger possibly, and see if that covers the whole area. But other than that, for something you can slip on and off, it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, if you're asking me if I would recommend to buy it, thumbs up. I would say absolutely go for it. Really impressed with this. This is going to stay in the van, and it's going to stay as my daily mower. Any questions, please comment below. I really appreciate you watching this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.